Good evening. I remembered to put the sound on, which is good. Hope you've all had a nice day. It's been a bit wet at times, but apart from that, not a bad day. I've got my boot already here. And if you remember from a few weeks ago, we had a question regarding Dominic Cummings's little journey and his eye test. There was a question related to it, and the answer was this beer here. There we go, Barnard Castle eye test. It's a real product. I ordered some. It's taken until today to arrive. So let's see what it's like. It's not going in the boot. That's full of something else. But yeah, let's try it. Not bad at all. Quite hoppy. Hint of citrus. Okay, if you're all ready to play, we'll get started in a moment. If you haven't played before, I don't usually get an itchy eye. If you haven't played before, there is a little prize draw we do at the end. That is to win 4 pints of beer provided by local pubs. The 2 pints are provided by the Beer Shack and 2 pints are provided by the Byron's Rest. To be in with a chance of winning, you have to let us know that you're playing. Again, to be in with a chance of winning, you have to let us know you're playing. If you look down in the video description down here somewhere, there's a link to the Facebook group. Let us know you're playing on there, and Helen down here will give you a number, and then we'll draw the prize randomly at the end. You have to be over 18 to collect the prize, and you cannot collect the prize on behalf of somebody who is under 18. There are some terms and conditions down in, again, down in that description bit. Drink aware, drink responsibly, and all of that. Have a look at.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's got a boot. I'll cover up the telephone number. Yeah, somebody is watching. I think I'm on the tally there. And they've got their own boot, which is excellent. Here's my boot. Heels up. No, I've lost my quizzes. Questions. Where are we? As always, we're going to start with a general knowledge round. The first 4 questions are based on recent news headlines. These headlines do not begin with the letter C. For obvious reasons, we're sick of that stuff. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay, we're all ready. Excellent. So, question number 1. This morning, 2 passenger planes collided on the taxiway of which UK airport? So question number 1. This morning, 2 passenger planes collided on the taxiway of which UK airport? There was no passengers on board and nobody was hurt. It was just a bit embarrassing.
Scotland.
You noticed I've had a shave. I nearly didn't, but about half an hour ago I thought, yeah, go on, I will. Right, question number 2. On the 5th of June in Vienna, a man was fined nearly 500 quid for doing what in front of police officers? So what did this bloke do in front of the coppers to warrant a 500 quid fine? Or nearly 500, I think it was 500 euros, which is 400 and something in real money. Question number 2. On June the 5th in Vienna, a man was fined nearly 500 quid for doing what in front of police officers? And apparently it was with full intent. Question number 3. A man was refused service at a KFC drive-thru in Carlisle because he was travelling on what?
It wasn't a cardboard car.
No, it wasn't a cardboard car.
Not McDonald's.
He did later go on to get served at McDonald's on the same mode of transport.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh.
He hasn't tried Burger King yet. Question number 3. A man was refused service at a KFC drive-thru in Carlisle because he was travelling on what? And question number 4. Sports fans have been given guidance in the USA about what is and isn't acceptable to do with someone else's what? Question number 4. Sports fans have been given guidance in the USA about what is and isn't acceptable to do with someone else's what? Question number 5. Barf, Colonel Sanders, Major Arsehole, and Pizza the Hut are characters from which 1987 comedy sci-fi film? So Barf, Colonel Sanders, Major Asshole, not Arsehole, and Pizza the Hut are characters from which 1987 comedy sci-fi film? Yeah, that was Major Asshole, not Major Arsehole. We don't want to be rude.
Oh.
So question number 5. Barf, Colonel Sanders, Major Asshole, and Pizza the Hut are characters from which 1987 comedy sci-fi film? Question number 6. In Star Wars, what is the blade colour of Darth Vader's lightsaber? I was going to do Luke, but he changed it, which would have led to problems and confusions, and no, that's not right. So, number 6, in Star Wars, what is the blade colour of Darth Vader's lightsaber? Started on the boot a bit early tonight. It's nearly all gone.
What is it?
Either that or I've drank it quick. I don't know which. Right, question number 7. The colour red is traditionally said to enrage which four-legged bovine? The question number 7. The colour red is traditionally said to enrage which four-legged bovine? I don't think they come in varieties without 4 legs, actually. Question number 8. Max Verstappen and Alex Albon are the current drivers for which F1 racing team? Question number 8. Max Verstappen and Alex Albon are the current drivers for which F1 racing team? Question number 9. According to the advertising slogan, the energy drink Red Bull gives you what? Question number 9. According to the advertising slogan, the energy drink Red Bull gives you what? Finally for this round, question number 10. Formed in 1971, Wings was an American-British rock band formed by which member of the Beatles? Or by which former member of the Beatles? The Beatles, they didn't exist then. I think they just finished. So question number 10. Formed in 1971, Wings was an American-British rock band formed by which member of the Beatles?
Picture. Nobby says, can you say hello to Trigger? He's watching the quiz for the first time.
Hello, Trigger. Hello, Mammal. Hello, Team Norfolk. They've played every single quiz, and we're on quiz 20 now.
Hello, Team Edale.
And hello, Team Edale as well. Right, well, we're going to move on to the round number 2, the second round, that is. Helen wrote this round earlier this evening. I haven't seen it yet, so just going to have a quick look through.
Okay.
And it is entitled Science and Nature. So thanks for that. It's looking good from what I can see so far. And we're going to go straight in at question number 11. What is the name of the coloured part of an eye? That's eye. So question 11. What is the name of the coloured part of an eye? That's a human eye, in case of any doubt. Yeah, imagine if I drink one of these for every round. I'll be pissed by the end.
Hey, language.
Sorry, it's before 9 o'clock. Can't say that. How does that work on YouTube?
you can play it back at 6 in the morning. Doesn't say bad language anyway.
No, there's no call for bad language unless there is.
Yeah.
Question number 12. How many legs does a lobster have? Reminds me of previous questions. If you remember, a lobster's blood is blue because it uses copper instead of iron in its blood. Question number 12. How many legs does a lobster have? Question number 13. What musical bird can fly backwards? I think it's the only bird which can fly backwards. But I might be wrong. Question 13. What musical bird can fly backwards? Question 14. Who invented the light bulb? So question number 14. Who invented the light bulb? Could be controversial, this one. Could be more accurate to say who patented it rather than who invented it. Question 15. What does a Geiger counter measure? Question number 15. What does a Geiger counter measure? We've had the next two before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It is.
Oh, well,
Doesn't matter. Question number 16. What is the name of the closest star to the Earth? I'll give you a clue, it's not Dave. So question 16. What is the name of the closest star to the Earth? "20 quizzes and I still haven't spilt it. Would you like to put me another one? She's a lot better at filling it than I am. Question number 17. Where in your body would you find the anvil and the stirrup? I think there might be a hammer to go along with those as well. So question 17. Where in your body would you find the anvil and the stirrup? And also the hammer, but it's not there in the question. I think it was last time round.
My bonus.
Yes.
That was the question.
Question number 18. How many kidneys does an average human have? Around here somewhere, I think. Trying to feel them.
Kick them in them. Kick you in them.
No, I do not want kicking in them. So question number... the thought of that. Question number 18. How many kidneys does an average human have? Which one is it you're pouring in?
Pedigree, amber ale.
Pedigree.
Yeah, is that right?
Marston's pedigree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. 4 for £7 at the co-op at the moment. Question number 19. What is the only mammal that can fly? I'm guessing that means naturally rather than getting on an aircraft with its owner.
Yeah.
So question 19. What is the only mammal that can fly? A flying squirrel does not fly, it glides. Just to make that clear.
Did we have that one for the Marmite Round? Animals that fly, or did we not do it?
We did. We did for a Marmite Round once. It was fly or swim. So question 19, what is the only mammal that can fly?
Perfect.
Ankle. Yeah, can't beat that.
Can't beat that, can you?
No. When I do it, it looks more like a Mr. Whippy. Expect to put a flake in it. Right, finally for this round, what is methyphobia the form of? The form of the fear of.
Fear of.
So what is methyphobia the fear of? I'll spell that. It is methyphobia. So methyphobia. Meth, like methylated spirits, I guess. Methyphobia. So the final question for this round, what is methyphobia a fear of? Give you a moment to think about that. Right, do we want pictures or do we want a little break? Okay, I'll make an executive decision. We've been going for 25 minutes, so we'll have a little break. 25 minutes is about right to drink a pint. Maybe a bit quick, I don't know. So if you want the toilet or you want to go and crack open another beer, I know somebody thought I was going to say something different then. If you want to crack open another beer, then now is a great opportunity. I'll be back in a moment with the answers and the picture round. See you soon. Hello, I'm back. I had to repeat myself then because once again I forgot to turn the sound back on. It does happen. It happens quite a lot. We're going to do the picture round now, if everybody's ready.
Oh, I think we'll go for answers.
Oh yeah, we'll do the answers.
That's up to you.
Well, yeah, I don't mind. We'll do the answers first, eh? Why not? It's one thing I know about this. It never really goes fully to plan. So we're going to go through the answers. I'll go back onto the other screen because it's a bit less distracting. Here I am. I'm back on the what you might call the big screen. Some people have, yeah, some people do watch on a big screen. In fact, one day, if you send us pictures of you watching on your big screen, I'll put them all. I'll do a little slideshow or something.
A little montage.
See a little montage. See who's got the biggest telly.
How do you know? You can't tell.
I know. Somebody watched on a home cinema projector once, so that's going to be the biggest one.
She's got one of them.
Yes, yeah. Well, there's a couple. I mean, some people are watching on the little telephone things. Personally, when I look at YouTube, I either have it on a desktop or a laptop. It's rare I look at it on the telephone. Okay, so I'm going to go through the answers now. I've got newly replenished boot. So question number 1. This morning, 2 passenger planes collided, and that was at Aberdeen Airport. The aircraft were in storage. They were just being moved about, and they ran into each other. If you see the picture on the news, it's how the heck did they manage that? Question 1, the answer is Aberdeen. Question number 2, in Vienna, a man was fined nearly 500 quid because he farted. The quote by the police, was, he produced a massive intestinal wind with full intent. There is more to that story. He had been winding them up beforehand, and then it was the final straw. So, yeah, question 2, fart. Question number 3, a man was refused service at KFC drive-thru because he was riding a horse and cart.
Oh, right.
Fart, horse and cart, yeah, it rhymes. Maybe we could do a rhyming quiz one day.
Oh,
that might take a while to write. So the answer to question number 3 is horse and cart. I think the manager of the KFC went on Twitter and said something like, we didn't want to stir up trouble.
Oh.
Wasn't me. Question number 4, sports fans have been given guidance in the USA about what is and isn't acceptable to do with someone else's what, and that's balls. It embarrassed a news presenter who was reading the advice out, what you can and what you can't do with other people's balls. They were suggesting, say, for table tennis or things like that, just to write your name on them to stop cross-contamination. So the answer to number 4 is balls. Question number 5, Barf, Colonel Sanders, Major Asshole and Pizza the Hut. They are all characters from Spaceballs. So the answer to number 5 is Spaceballs. Number 6, in Star Wars, the blade colour of Darth Vader's lightsaber is red. I was going to do Luke's, but he switched from blue to green and back again a few times, I think, so it would have caused controversy. So question number 6, Darth Vader's lightsaber was red. Question number 7, The colour red is traditionally said to enrage which four-legged bovine? Well, that's a bull. So the answer to question 7 is bull. Number 8, Max Verstappen and Alex Albon are drivers for Red Bull. So the answer to number 8 is Red Bull. Number 9, according to the advertising slogan, Red Bull gives you wings. The answer to question 9 is wings. Finally, for that round, question number 10. Formed in 1971, Wings was an American-British rock band formed by Paul McCartney. So the answer to question number 10, Paul McCartney, he formed Wings. Along with his wife, what was she called? Linda McCartney. Yeah, she played keyboard.
Is she?
Yes, I didn't know that until today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she made vegetarian sausages. I think they got divorced. She tried to get a lot of money, but she didn't have a leg to stand on.
Oh,
sorry
Richard,
again.
That's really bad. Stop it.
She's usually the one giggling. It's me now. Okay, moving on to science and nature.
Some people have never done this quiz before, you know. They were thinking you're a weirdo.
I am.
What?
Question number 11. What is the name of the coloured part of the eye? That is the iris. Number 12. A lobster has 10 legs. Number 13. The musical bird which can fly backwards is a hummingbird. It kind of hovers so it can move forwards and backwards to get the nectar out of those flowers that it likes. Controversial, number 14, who invented the light bulb? We've got Thomas Edison. If you put Swan, we'll accept that as well. I think Edison was the person who patented it, but I don't think he invented it. But it's been disputed throughout history, really, so Thomas Edison, or what do you call him? Swan, Joseph Swan. Either one of those will do. Number 15, the Geiger counter that measures radioactivity. Number 16, the closest star to the Earth is the Sun. We've had that one before, I know. Number 17, where in your body would you find the anvil and the stirrup? I had the hammer too. That's in the ear. We did that one quite recently too. Trouble is, we're on quiz number 20 now, so at up to 50 questions each, that's nearly 1,000 questions we've done. We can't remember them all. And nor can you, so it doesn't matter if some are repeated. Question number 18, how many kidneys does an average human have? That is 2. Question 19, the only mammal that can fly is a bat. If you think that's wrong, prove it. Question number 20, methophobia is the fear of alcohol. It's not something I suffer from.
Really? Never mind.
Okay, I'm going to move straight into the picture round now. What I'm going to do is put some pictures on the screen, and all you have to do is write down what they are. This week it is airlines. So there's 10 pictures of different aircraft in their livery. All you have to do is decide which airline they are. Right. As most of you know, I've got two different sound controls. One's for the pictures and one's for the main screen. I don't always remember to switch them back on. But here we go. We're going to move on to wherever it's gone. Question 21. Very handily, up in the corner there, wherever it is. I can't see the screen now. It's just there. What airline? So it's quite simple. Looking at the livery the aircraft is painted in, what is the airline? It might help that these are in alphabetical order. That's just how the files appear on the computer, and it's easier than messing about mixing them up. So question number 21, name the airline. Some of them are easier than others. Of course, if you travel on aeroplanes a lot, then it shouldn't be a problem. Question number 22, again, name the airline. If you look, it's green and there's a funny leaf thing there. That one's got a picture of a rugby ball on, I don't know why. But they are all the same airline. For question number 22, name the airline. Question 23, a bit trickier this one, and a bit further away from the UK, in fact a long, long way from the UK. Some people travel on aircraft quite a lot, some people not so much, so there's bound to be the odd tricky one in. Question 23, name the airline. Moving on to number 24. That should be an easy one. You notice it's a very cluttered picture there. It must have been taken with a really long lens. So those are the vertical stabilizers of aircraft belonging to which airline? Should rephrase that really, because airlines often don't own their own aircraft, they rent them. So question 24, which airline is that? Number 25. If you've got a big screen up at the moment, then this little bit here might be a clue, because you can read part of the name. Now those aircraft, they look like Airbus A380s, so it's one that travels a long way. Question number 25, name the airline. Moving on to 26. Well, the livery of this airline, it changes quite a bit. The actual logo for the airline is in this box just here. And there's another little clue there because there's the first couple of letters of the airline. On this aircraft, there's a little bit of a tartan-like feature going on. Question number 26 is, well, it's like all of the pictures. Name the airline. Yeah, I think you get the idea of that by now. I just don't really know what else to say. Helen's keeping very quiet because she has no suggestions either. Moving on to question number 7 of the Name the Airline round. There we go. And we're looking at this kind of symbol here. I think there's a few varieties of it, but that's the general gist of it. If you look very carefully, there's a different coloured one there. Now that's question 27 of the Name the Airline pictures round. Moving on to question number 28. Here we go. Now that looks a bit like a funny, messed up animal of some kind. It's somewhere sunny and hot, generally. Although it could have just been a nice day, but I will give you that clue. It is somewhere which is generally regarded as being hot, the country where they're based. I believe we have a bit of competition tonight.
Oh, yeah.
There's some people kicking a ball around a field.
Oh, yes, I did that. That's quite heavy, isn't it?
Question 29. A bit closer to home, this one. Yes, a lot of people are getting excited about 22 grown men kicking a sack of wind around a field.
People like.
I know a lot of people like it. I quite like it myself sometimes. But the quiz is more important. Well, actually, it's probably not. And finally, for this round, question number 30. I hope it's the right one because I downloaded 11 pictures. Yes, it is the right one. You can see the little logo. It's up on the vertical stabilizer up there. If anybody's interested in aircraft, you might like to know that Hucknall has its own, what do you call it? Mine's gone blank.
Hucknall's got his own, what, village idiot?
It's got its own flight, yeah, village idiot. Sat here. Hucknall's got its own flight test museum. It's based at Rolls-Royce. You can look them up on the internet. It's called Hucknall Flight Test Museum, and they've got a lot of relics from when they used to do all the engine testing over there. You have to book an appointment to go and visit. It is worth it. I've been around a couple of times. But again, it's on the Rolls-Royce site and there's security issues, so you do have to get clearance to go and visit it first. Obviously, you'll have to wait till this whole pandemic thing's gone as well. Okay, that brings us to the end of the picture round. What have we got here? If you remember, we are asking people to save food donations for the Hucknall Food Bank. They are having a doorstep collection on Friday the 3rd of July. Again, when you go and do a bit of shopping, just put a few tins or a bit of packeted food, anything that's non-perishable, save it to one side, and then the fire brigade or somebody else will come and collect it on the 3rd of July, the Friday. Let them know that you're leaving the food out there. There's an email address on the screen. Where is it? I can't see it. It's just... oh, that's confusing. Oh, there it is. hucknalldonates@gmail.com. Let them know you're going to leave some food out. They'll come and collect it. Also, if you don't want to leave food on your doorstep, I'll come back onto the screen now. Also, if you don't want to leave food on your doorstep, nearer to the time, the beer shack will be taking in your food donations, which you can leave there. There'll be more details nearer the time. Say you might be at work, or you might not want to leave food out in case it gets nicked, depending, well, it doesn't depend where you live, there's scumbags everywhere. But if you don't want to leave it on your doorstep, then the beer shack will look after it. And yeah, last time the big red fire engine turned up and collected it, which was nice to see. I hope you all did well or enjoyed the pictures. Let's have a look. And what we're going to do, we're going to move on to the Marmite Round. If you haven't played before, the Marmite Round is the round which everybody either loves or hates. What have we got here? Okay, we've had Homer or Trump. I think Homer or Trump was the basis of calling it the Marmite Round. It was quotes by Homer Simpson and quotes by Donald Trump. You just have to guess who did the quote. But today we've got clouds. It's quite appropriate right now. It's I think there's a bit of rain coming down. Yep. Yeah. If there isn't, it's gone very dark anyway. No. Or maybe that's just because it's night. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you out 10 types of clouds. Some of them I've just made up and they're false. Some of them are actual names of clouds, so they are true. Put it in simple terms, it's true or false round. I'm going to read you some names. You have to decide whether it is true a cloud or false a cloud. So the first one, oh, I've messed up the numbers again. What number are we on now?
What round are you doing?
We're on 31, aren't we? Yeah, we're on number 31. So number 31, cumulus nimbulus. Is that a cloud? True or false? Cumulus nimbulus. So question 31, cumulus nimbulus. Is that a cloud? True or false? Say, some are real clouds and some I've just made up. Question number 32, cumulostratus. Cumulostratus. Is that a cloud? True or false? Question number 3. Stratus. Is stratus a cloud? True or false? Stratus. Number 34. Tropospheric. Spelt with a PH. Tropospheric. Is that a cloud? True or false? Or you could put yes or no. Doesn't really matter as long as you know what you're doing. And number 35. Noctilucent. Is noctilucent a type of cloud, or have I just made it up? Number 6, lenticular. Number 6, lenticular. Is it a cloud or is it fantasy? Hello.
Hello.
Would you come and say hello?
Why?
Or you might want to.
No.
No. Do you know anything about clouds?
No.
Do you think a lenticular is a cloud, or do you think I've made it up?
Probably made it up.
Well, you'll have to stay down and wait and see now then,
Oh,
won't
come on.
you? Then my boys come down to say hello. Question number 7, anthroprecipitous. Anthroprecipitous. Is it a cloud, or have I just made it up?
You're good at making things up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ignoring them lot. And number 38, cirrostratus. Is cirrostratus a cloud, or have I made it up? What do you think, Eric?
Eric.
Eric. I think that's a cloud.
And number 39, stratostratus. Is a stratostratus a cloud, or am I just making it up? I was going to say something else rather than making it up then, but we've got a small boy in the room. And we're not supposed to be using bad language because it's not polite.
You'll get your channel deleted.
Yeah, you will. Thomas is an expert YouTuber. He knows these things.
And finally for this round, stratus nimbulus. Stratus nimbulus. Is it a type of cloud, or is it BS? Nearly came back out. That would have been a first. Oh dear me. Well, you either loved that round or you hated it, one or the other. That's why it's called the Marmite Round. On Sunday, we have a mystery prize as well as the normal prizes. I can give you a clue what it might be. And I said what it might be. It might be a bag of peanuts. Okay, what I'm going to do now is move on to the final round of this quiz. And as always, it's the music round. Okay, so the music round starts with question number 41. Again, Helen wrote this round. I haven't seen it yet. The number 41. Which Beatle led the way across the zebra crossing on the Abbey Road album cover? That's the one where they're walking along the zebra crossing.
I can assure you I don't know that.
We did a quiz not too long ago where... oh no, it wasn't. It was on the radio. Somebody on the radio did a quiz and they tried to identify the different cars which were in the background on the album cover. We're being a bit more lenient. All you need to do is decide who or which Beatle was leading the way across the zebra crossing on the Abbey Road album cover. The next one's quite appropriate.
Yeah.
Question number 42. Which supermarket is mentioned in Chaz and Dave's song, Rabbit? You got more rabbit than...
If that supermarket actually sell rabbit.
Well, they probably did at that time because it may have been a bit posh. They don't now. I don't think so, anyway.
Yeah.
The question 42. Which supermarket is mentioned in Chaz and Dave's song, Rabbit? Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. I do rabbit on a bit, don't I?
Yeah, a bit too much.
Question number 43. Which British female singer had a 2006 hit with Rehab? I think her daddy told her to go there, but she didn't, and now she's dead. To be blunt.
Saying that in a really weird way. But now she's dead.
The question number 43. Which British female singer had a 2006 hit with Rehab? Strangely enough, when she died, it came on the radio, and I was driving across the level crossing at Ainsdale in Merseyside. Don't know why I remember that. Very weird. We might have been on our way to the co-op.
Oh.
Yes, we were staying at Pontins.
Oh.
Oh.
Only because it was the weekend of the Southport Air Show. And it was 40 quid for the weekend, and I think we were ripped off at that.
Yeah, this is before they had the refurbishment.
Yeah, it was before the refurbishments.
Cool.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad shed to sleep in, right?
Shed.
I've slept in one.
Cool shed.
Question number 44. Which singer had a string of hits in the 1970s and is often referred to as the Queen of Disco? That's a very good question. Yeah, I get that one. So question number 44. Which singer had a string of hits in the 1970s and is often referred to as the Queen of Disco? question 45. Who had a hit single with Crocodile Rock in 1972? Crocodile Rock. Who did that? 1972. Okay, as always, the final question for the quiz tonight. I'm going to read you out some lyrics, and this one's worth 5 points. From the lyrics I read out, all you have to do is get the song title, the artist, the year it was released, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it was a soundtrack to, or the film which it featured heavily in. So we need the title, the artist, the year, UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it comes from. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen.
You're not singing.
I'm not singing.
You are.
Do you want to sing it?
No.
Well, how about the chorus?
No.
Go on, give us a few
That
lines.
gives it away.
Okay, from that we need the song title, the artist, the year released, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and which film did it come from?
I had 2 of them.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. I think she only did that to make me say I'm a queen.
Would I do that to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So, what do you think?
I think the artist
The artist is tricky.
I know 2.
I'm going to read it out again.
Okay.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. Probably the easiest one that I've read out. So we want to know the artist, the song title, the year it was released, was it a UK #1, yes or no, and the film which it was either heavily featured in or was a soundtrack to, or was just known for the film.
You either love the song or hate it.
If there's been several versions of the song, which there has been to other quizzes, then it's the one associated with the film. I don't think that applies in this case.
I've got the song in my head now.
You got it in your head?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, I'm going to have a little break, then I'm going to come back with your answers and the important beer draw. You've still got time to let us know you're playing. Down there is the Facebook group link, which I believe does work. Thank you to Jay, who pointed out that it didn't. I've corrected it. All you need to do, let us know you're playing, we'll give you a number, then we'll draw it at the end of the quiz. Right, I'm going to disappear for a sec and let you think about that. Cold never bothered me anyway.
If you can find the
I'm back. And I'm back with an apology to Linda McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, she was a nice lady, and she was very good for the vegetarian movement. I did make a joke about her, but it was Heather Mills who I was talking about, so sorry about that. Water under the bridge now and all that. So we're going to come back with the answers to, first of all, the picture round, which I need to rewind. Here we go. There we go. I seem to be back in the corner again. Maybe the naughty corner. Okay, so
Is that American Airlines?
that's not American Airlines, no.
Really?
It is Air France. So what was the airline? That one was Air France.
Air France.
Yeah, so somebody did point out my error with that little dig at Paul McCartney's ex-wife. Oh. Number 22. That is Aer Lingus.
I thought it was like a Welsh.
No, it's Irish. There's the picture is green livery and there's a shamrock thing. So that is Aer Lingus. Number 23 was a bit harder. Right down on the other side of the world, that's Air New Zealand.
Cool.
Well done, anybody who got that.
How are you supposed to get that, though?
If you've flown on that aeroplane, you will know it.
Yeah.
Question number 24.
Is that American Airlines?
No, that's not American Airlines.
It looks like the American flag.
That's British Airways.
Oh.
I'm guessing most people got that one.
Yeah.
Number 25. That's Emirates. So you can, if you're looking on a big screen, you can just about make it out there.
Why didn't you draw over it or something?
Because that takes effort.
Why didn't you put effort into your quiz then?
Number 26. If you remember, there's a tartan effect going on there, which is a clue. There's a hello, and that's Logan Air. It's the airline of Scotland.
Hey. Scotland.
They also have one of the, well, it is the shortest scheduled passenger airline service in the world. It lasts less than about a minute, something like that.
Yeah, isn't there a thing that takes you over to one of the islands?
It is. It goes from one island to another. I can't remember the name of the island.
Yeah.
But question number 6, that is question 26. That is Logan Air.
Now that
Number 27. It's the German airline Lufthansa. Number 28, again on the other side of the world, that's the Australian airline Qantas. Number 29 is Ryanair.
Ryanair,
Number 30, they've got the Swiss flag up there. That is Swiss Air. Hope you did well on those. And we'll move on to, what do we have next? We have the Marmite Round.
Marmite.
So for this round, I asked you some questions. Well, they weren't really questions, I suppose. I'll just change screens. Here we go. Back again. I read you some names or not names of clouds. All you had to decide was whether it was a true name of a cloud or whether I'd just made it up. Number 1 was Cumulus Nimbus.
That's not a cloud.
That's not a cloud, I'd made it up. There is a cumulonimbus cloud, but Cumulus Nimbus is false, it's just made it up. The next one, which will be 32, I think, was Cumulostratus.
That's a cloud.
That is a cloud. Number 33, Stratus. That is a cloud.
Yeah. I actually know that.
You should do. It's a common cloud.
Yeah.
You do science at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 34, the tropospheric with a PH. I made that up. That's not a cloud. Number 35, noctilucent. That is a cloud. They're very high clouds, and you sometimes see them late in the evening after dusk because they're still high enough to catch the sun's light. So the nocti, so that stands for night, and lucent because they glow. They're still catching the sun after it's gone dark. Quite nice to see. Pretty rare, but if you see one, they're nice. Number 36, lenticular. That is a cloud. It looks a bit like a flying saucer. Again, fascinating things to see. Number 37, anthroprecipitous. Well, it's a mixture of anthro and precipitation, which would be human-made rain, or thereabouts. I just made that up. That's not a cloud.
I thought he was going to.
Number 38, the cirrostratus. That is a cloud. Number 39, the stratostratus. That is not a cloud, I made it up. And number 40, stratos nimbulus.
That is.
I made that up too. Now that's the answers to the Marmite round. Finally, we've got the answers to the music round, and then we will do the all-important beer draw.
Everyone's favourite beer.
Well, everybody likes beer.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be in bed?
No. It's 8 o'clock.
It's 9:53.
Yeah. I know.
You've had your supper. Maybe you should be off to bed.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, then you're off to bed.
What?
Go and find your mum because she needs to do the beer draw. Okay, back to the answers.
I'll do the beer draw.
We're obviously we're all pretty much locked down still. I'm sharing the house with 3 other people. One of them's quite small and is sat there. We had a nice walk today down the woods. To the music round, number 41, the Beatle who led the way across the zebra crossing on Abbey Road. That was John Lennon. Number 42, Chaz and Dave in their song Rabbit, they mention Sainsbury's.
How many numbers are there?
You got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. I won't sing anymore.
Yeah.
43, which British female singer had a 2006 hit with Rehab? That was Amy Winehouse. Number 44, the Queen of Disco. That's Donna Summer. Number 45, who had a single with Crocodile Rock? That was Elton John. And finally, number 46, you needed to get the title, the artist, year it was released, was it a UK number 1, yes or no, and the film. And the lyrics went, "The snow glows white on the mountain tonight,
Oh,
not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen." Well, the title was Let It Go.
yeah.
The artist was Idina Menzel. If you put Denny Lorato, that's fine too. It was released in 2013 as an album, or on an album. But 2014 is good as well, because that's when it came out as a single. Was it a UK number one? Yes. Oh, no. Bonk.
Number 11.
No, it wasn't. It was number 11. Sorry.
Surprised about that.
Yeah.
I looked at number one and I saw number 11 and I read it as number one. So no, it was not a number one. It was number 11. Although it was played for blooming ever and ever. And the film that it came from was Spaceballs. No, it wasn't. It was Frozen. Okay. Thank you very much for playing, everybody. We're back again on Sunday. There will be a mystery prize as well as the regular beer draw. But you can't guess what the prize might be.
How many numbers is there? 16.
Yeah, we've got 16 teams competing for the beer tonight.
Was Thomas doing the raffle first?
Yeah, I just got it up.
Well, the boy's doing the raffle. It's not a raffle. It's a free to enter prize draw.
Yeah.
So if it was a raffle, then that would be governed by the Gaming Commission, and we can't do that. We can do a free prize draw.
Yeah. Generate. Wait, I pressed
Okay,
it.
so we're generating a number.
Oh, I went back.
You've got to put number 16 in.
Right, I just pressed back. I'm stupid. Press the back button.
10-year-olds, eh? You can't get the staff.
What do you mean?
There you go. Right, so
Yeah.
put the number in the...
Okay, we're doing it.
Number 10 into 16.
Yeah, I know how to do it. 16.
And then generate.
Generate. 2.
Number 2.
Number two.
2.
Number 2.
Who's number 2?
Johnny Higgum again.
Johnny Hyam? Or
I am,
Higgum?
sorry.
Johnny Hyam's won it.
Yep, hold on.
Hey.
That's
Right.
second time
So you
you've
can see on there, there's a number 2, Johnny Hyam. You've won the
Hooray,
beer
Johnny.
again.
Well done.
Hooray.
Yep, you've won it before, you've won it again. So thanks very much for playing. If you're leaving us now, have a enjoyable rest of your night. If you're not, then we'll stick around and read a few of your scores out.
Okay, so I've got Maria, 40.
And then
40.
just
Well
turn
done.
the volume up a bit so Helen can read them to you.
What's it out of?
Well done, Maria. It's out of 50.
Either 50 or 51, I can't remember.
50,
Okay.
isn't it? Well done. So we've got Lisa, 37. We've got Martin, 33.
Seventeen people.
Uh, 43 for Stephen family in Leeds.
Oh, well done, Steve. Kieran, got 38. Ooh, Sarah got 39. Maria, you beat her by 1 point.
Could you put your phone on vibrate? or something?
Sunday's going to be a messy one. We got 40 from Johnny. Well done. Lisa says that she's got a book on her shelf about clouds and she should have read it. Matt got 31.
Well done. Hello, Mama. I'm going to feel like a YouTuber now, but if you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button.
That's because Thomas is here. You wouldn't do otherwise.
What about the Lightbulb?
Not sure how many subscribers there are, actually.
52.
There was about 50, wasn't there?
About 50. It gives us an idea of how many people play regularly. I think there's 52.
Well, people who watch this quiz, 17. 17 people have took part.
No, there's more than that.
No, there's more than that. 52 playbacks.
You've got to play.
But that's playback.
You've got to play it live. Oh wow! Adrian and Anne, Greg and late Dave got 47.
47, is that the
My
highest so
goodness,
far?
that's a very good score. That's very high. Yeah, that's definitely the highest score. Amazing.
Hi Greg, hope you're keeping well.
I wouldn't get that much if I googled all the answers.
You wouldn't have time to Google all the answers.
Yeah, you go like trillion miles an hour. Like zoom, question number 1, zoom, question number 2.
Marianne scored 38.
Well done, Marianne.
Steve says, hope you're all well. We hope you're all well too.
Yeah, we're all good.
Mr. Thomas has been staying up a bit later than his bedtime at the moment, but
A
a bit.
What do you mean?
2 hours.
Yes.
What, my bedtime's not 8 o'clock?
It is 8 o'clock.
It is 8
It
o'clock.
isn't.
My bedtime was 8 o'clock when I was your age.
That's your bedtime.
It was my bedtime when I was your age.
He's been splashing about in the stream today.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, once again, thanks for playing. Remember to support your local food bank, and we will be back on Sunday or at the same time on the same channel.
Like it's going to be a different channel.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be a different channel, is it? There'll be nobody there because they'll be all on this one.
We want hot dog VQuiz.
I'm just going to put the details of the food bank back on the screen. We've got no more scores coming in. That's fine. That's good.
No.
Thank you very much, and good night.
Good night. Say good night, Thomas.
Good night.